going on YouTube? Flossy Farmer here. It's Friday, I think it is. I don't know. Friday, I'm pretty sure. I don't know what the date is. 31st. And thought I'd do a quick garden tour. Well, I say garden tour. It's what I got going by the house. My little garden by the house. Thought I'd do a quick tour of that because I ain't done it in a couple months. And since I planted these peppers and stuff, which is mostly what I have growing is some peppers. All different kinds. Anyway, it's been hot. Like real hot, like hot as Satan's toenails hot. It ain't big boy weather, so I've been staying in the air conditioning as much as I can. But anyway, I'm gonna show you these peppers real quick. They don't look too bad. And I put something on them that I've never used before, and I guess we'll get into that in a minute. But either way, just my peppers. We'll start right here. This is that ain't a pepper, that's an olive tree, but I've had it for a couple years. But we'll see. This is a mammoth jalapeno. I just planted this last week, and it was like on a clearance section at a tractor store that I frequent because I love the clearance section. I got all kind of stuff from there. I went there today and got some stuff for clearance section. Anyway, this is mammoth jalapenos. I never grown those before, so we're gonna see how that is. These are my this plant here and this plant here. I know you can't really tell. They kind of grown together. They are. Let me get down here. It takes me a second. Oy. These are my regular jalapenos, and I mean, I've harvested off of this plant probably, well, I can't even really say because I come out here and get peppers every day. And I've been doing it for weeks since I put this fertilizer on here. They were looking kind of peaked, and I thought they were pretty much over, and you know, they never did really do anything spectacular this year. But I put this fertilizer on here when I thought they were dead. I mean, I was getting ready to dig the things up, and I found this fertilizer, and ironically, it was on the clearance section, which I don't know. I just bought this fertilizer, and that's why I bought it, because it's on the clearance section. But I bought it and put that stuff on there, and when I'm telling you, these plants were yellow. Like, I was getting ready to dig them up. And they put off a couple peppers, but nothing spectacular. But I put that fertilizer on here 2 weeks, and I mean, these things have doubled in size. And when I tell you these things are putting out peppers, it's ridiculous. I mean, it's loaded. I mean, it's loaded through there. So anyway, I'll get to the fertilizer here shortly. These banana peppers, this is nuts. I mean, same thing. All these pepper plants I thought it was done for. So, I watered them. They're in morning sun and afternoon shade, and same thing. I put the same fertilizer on all these peppers, and they've just exploded. And I mean, I'm talking about, I don't even think it's been 2 full weeks. I think it's been more like 10 days. It's just insane. These things over here, these bell peppers, which I can't make a long enough video to say what I want to say about these bell peppers, but I was told that any bell pepper will go from green to yellow to red. So I read that there's no really such thing as a red bell pepper plant or a yellow bell pepper plant, which makes sense. And both of these plants, ironically, grew peppers from green, and then they turned yellow, and then they turned to red. And then I put this fertilizer on here, and I know y'all think I'm kidding. I'm not kidding. I joke around a lot. This ain't a joke. I put that fertilizer on here. I did it all the same day about 10 days ago. These things have put out peppers. I mean, it's just peppers everywhere in here. This particular plant that I saved the tag this year because I'm real bad about that. It says red bell pepper. This pepper plant has literally gone from green to red. And this one has gone from green to yellow. And I got the tag in here somewhere. I'll show you. Yellow bell pepper. I mean, it's, you know, so I don't know. I don't have an explanation. I know that, like I said, I read that there's really no such thing as a designated yellow bell pepper plant or red bell pepper plant, but I do know that these two, after I put fertilizer on them, has gone straight to yellow and straight to red as it said it was. And that's a pretty pepper back there. I already know I'm gonna stuff that thing with some deer burger and rice and a whole bunch of cheese. But anyhow, moving along. And I've harvested off all these peppers. I've harvested off of all these pepper plants, you know, in the last 2 months. But here in the last couple, it's just exploded. This is my habanero pepper plant. And, you know, it grew a decent size. I say decent, you know, I didn't count them, but it grew some peppers. But I mean, this thing is loaded. Just absolutely loaded in the last week and a half. And I know it's that fertilizer. There ain't no other explanation. It's the fertilizer I used. And I ain't trying to get y'all to buy no fertilizer. I'm just telling you my personal experience with the fertilizer. But I can tell you this, I'll be using it again. And I'm not, you know, I've never been one to buy a particular fertilizer and use it, you know, exclusively. But I'm gonna tell you this right now. This fertilizer, I'm gonna use it. It's full of buds. It's just crazy. Absolutely crazy. What do you think, Rufus? What do you think, Rufus? Oh, by the way, this thing here is a bell pepper thief. So he'll eat your bell peppers now. I ain't seen him eat the ones that turned yellow and red, but the ones that are green, he'll pick them right off the plant and take off running and go eat them. The boy's crazy. I told him don't be messing with my jalapeno peppers. If he eats my jalapeno peppers, I'm gonna be all up in your ass. That's what I know. He's a good boy. So anyway, that's my pepper plants. And I kind of wish I would have taken a picture or a video or something of these pepper plants before I put the fertilizer on them, because it's just almost unbelievable. I had an electrician out here yesterday wiring up something for me, and he literally came and got me and said, "Hey man, I have never seen banana peppers grow like that out of a bucket. What kind of soil are you using?" And I told him I used the cheapest potting soil, garden soil, whatever. If it got the word soil on it, I buy it. It's the cheapest stuff I can buy, usually store brand. I use about 3/4 of a bucket of that, and I use 1/4 bucket of stout ollie. And I've been using that for years, just that way. And I don't, you know, like I said, fertilizer, I don't normally fertilize. If I do, it's just because I ran across some or something like that. Nothing that I go get in particular, but this time I put that fertilizer I use and it blew them up. So I'm gonna use it from now on. I'm really happy with that. This is my grapevines that y'all been looking at these things for a year. They still sitting over here. I ain't done nothing with them. I need to go plant them, but it's just too hot. I can't do it. Too hot. They got some, me and the birds and squirrels and whoever else have been eating them. Over here, I planted, I don't even know. I want to say, and I know somebody's going to have something funny to say, zucchini, cucumber, get out of there. Zucchinis, cucumbers. I don't know what's the difference. If it's the same, I don't know. But anyway, whatever this is, it's one or the other, and maybe both. I bought these, again, clearance section. Same store. And I've already got a bunch of whatever these are, cucumbers or zucchinis. I've got a bunch of them off. I cut these tomato plants down just because they was dying, and now they starting to grow back. So that's good. I like to watch the stuff grow. This is and like I said, I got a lot of zucchinis or cucumbers, whichever one this is. I've got several off of here in the last, I don't know, 2 weeks maybe. And I just planted them like, it was been less than a month. This Thai hot pepper plant ain't looking so great. It did good last year and do too good this year. These babies here are Tabasco peppers. And once those peppers over there started growing with that fertilizer, I put the fertilizer on here, and I put this on here Monday. And when I tell you this plant was yellow, the leaves were yellow, and it did put out some peppers, but it wasn't anything. I mean, you might as well say it didn't put nothing out, but it's just blown up. Since Monday now, it's gone from yellow leaves to this. Same soil situation. Same thing. This ain't nothing exciting. I don't even know what this is. This is some kind of, first of all, I'll go ahead and say none of my tomatoes did anything this year. My tomato plants, and I tried all kinds of stuff, didn't work. I don't know what these are. That's some kind of tomato. Looks like, well, never mind. I guess it depends on how you hold it. Could look like a light bulb if you hold it that way. But anyway, that's a tomato plant. None of my tomatoes did anything. Oh, that's my tomato plant. They're just horrific. These are Cubanelles. Those 3 plants right there are Cubanelles, and I planted those about a month ago, I guess. And they put off some peppers, but they hadn't done anything since. I don't even see any blooms and buds on those. And over here, I got, of course, it's over for this stuff, but that blackberry bush, that raspberry bush, and that blackberry bush, and it put off some even though the vines aren't, particularly good looking, it put off a ton of blackberries, and this one did too. These were huge blackberries. That's my Apache blackberry bush. I've had it for probably 2 years now. I keep forgetting what that one's called. I've had it for a year, but they both put out great amount of blackberries this year. This raspberry plant here, bush, it's not really done anything spectacular. It's a new plant. It was, I didn't take care of it, I ain't gonna lie to you. I put it in a pot about 2 years ago. I don't even know if I ever even watered it, and just kind of left it at that. But I moved it over here to grow up this trellis apparatus thing I built, and it looks good in the last couple weeks. Like I said, it ain't put off no raspberries, but anyway, that's that. Those are my pitiful looking tomatoes I was telling you about. Pretty sad. And it put off 1 here, 2 there, nothing big, nothing to write home about. So that's really it as far as my vegetables go. I got this herb garden I built, and I ain't gonna lie, I don't know nothing about herbs. I mean, I do, well, I ain't gonna say that about herb, but anyway, this particular type of herb, I don't know nothing about. I don't even know what they are. Couldn't tell you. So my mom gave me some of them. I bought some of them on the clearance rack, my favorite store, and they ain't doing all that great. Of course, my mom told me after I spent all the time building this thing, my mom told me, well, you can't put herbs in full sun. Well, I wish I had that 2 days back. So I'm gonna plant lantanas, which I've started doing. I'm gonna make it a flower garden next year, because obviously the herbs ain't gonna go over too well in that thing. And then back here, just because I moved it back here so I can keep an eye on it, I got my citrus tree, the only one I got back here. The rest of them way up front. This is a ruby red grapefruit, and it don't look too bad. I mean, I did not know that it takes like 10 months for grapefruits to grow before you can eat them, but it's what they say. We're gonna find out. But that's my ruby red grapefruit. This is the fertilizer I was telling you about. It's Dr. Earth's homegrown, organic and natural, in a plastic bag, but whatever. Handcrafted tomato, vegetable, and herb fertilizer. And I'm telling you, y'all, I wish I would have shown you a before picture because it really is unbelievable. I mean, it really, really is. So anyhow, for what it's worth, that's what I used. If you want to try it, try it. Don't do it because I told you to. It just worked out good for me. So anyhow, that about sums it up. Nothing too exciting going on out here. Bunch of heat. Shade from pecan trees. So anyway, thought I'd do a quick video. I ain't done one in a while. Not that I think anybody's missing me, but I want to do a video anyway. I'll walk over here and check this out. Oh yeah. All right, I appreciate y'all tuning in. Catch you on the flip.